Have you ever wondered, why can porn stars last endlessly in bed, while so many men in real life struggle to hold on for just a few minutes? Is it just camera tricks? Or do they know a secret the rest of the world doesn't? The truth is, there's one golden principle, shockingly simple, yet unbelievably powerful. Master it, and you'll gain total control over your climax, lasting as long as you want, making her beg for more, and leaving her trembling with pleasure. This isn't a myth. This is the hidden weapon of the gods of sex, and today, I'm going to reveal it to you. No fluff, no filler, just one powerful technique that you can start using tonight to transform your sex life forever. According to intimate wisdom, orgasm is not a random spark of pleasure, it is the inevitable result of a precise biological mechanism. Imagine the body as a finely tuned engine, with every surge of arousal, more pressure is applied to its system. The muscles from the lower abs to the thighs and glutes become like pistons, tightening, compressing, and storing raw energy in a central core. It is much like winding the spring of an old clock. At first, the tension is subtle, almost invisible, but with every turn, the coil tightens, the force multiplies, and the pressure mounts. Eventually, there comes a threshold, a breaking point. Just as a spring snaps free or a dam bursts under immense water, the body unleashes all of its stored power in the explosive release we call orgasm. The crucial truth is this: without muscular tension, orgasm cannot exist. Tension is both the key and the trigger, the hidden switch that transforms arousal into climax. Mastering this knowledge gives you not only control over the timing of release but also the ability to sculpt the entire experience, extending pleasure, guiding intensity, and transforming sex into a powerful, unforgettable journey. Step 1. Recognize where you hold tension. The first step to lasting longer is not about tricks or distractions, it is about awareness. Your body is a living system of muscles, nerves, and energy, and orgasm is the result of tension building in that system until it can no longer hold. To master control, you must learn to recognize exactly where you hold that tension. During arousal, tension does not appear only in the genitals. The entire body participates in preparing for climax. The lower abdominals tighten like a brace. The thighs squeeze together unconsciously, and the glutes contract with each wave of excitement. These muscles act like amplifiers, channeling energy and pushing you closer to the edge. The truth is simple: no tension, no orgasm. The more tension you hold, the faster you approach release. So your task is to observe. The next time you're aroused, whether during self-pleasure or intimacy, slow down and notice. Where does the first contraction occur? Does your belly clench tightly? Do your thighs lock in place? Do your glutes flex harder with every movement? Everyone has a unique pattern, and identifying it is the first key to control. Think of yourself as a scientist mapping out your own physiology. At first, you're not trying to change anything, just watch, record, and learn. Because the biggest reason men experience premature ejaculation is not weakness of the body, but disconnection from it. The mind races ahead with worry: am I lasting long enough? What if I finish too soon? And in doing so, you lose the ability to sense the physical signals building inside you. By shifting focus back into your body and recognizing these patterns of muscular tension, you reclaim the missing piece. Awareness itself is power. Once you know the blueprint of your own arousal, you can influence it. This step may sound simple, but it is revolutionary. Discovering where your tension hides is the foundation upon which all control is built. Step 2. Scan and release tension. Recognition is only half the journey. Once you know where tension gathers, the second step is to actively scan and release it. This is not about denying arousal, it is about guiding it, shaping it, and deciding when you want the energy to build and when you want it to ease. Picture your body as a network of switches. Each muscle group can either accelerate your path to orgasm or extend the ride. Scanning is the process of checking each switch, one by one, and releasing unnecessary pressure. Start from the top of your body and move downward, or from your feet upward, it doesn't matter. What matters is deliberate, focused attention. When you find tension, say, in your abs or thighs, draw in a deep breath. On the exhale, imagine the muscle softening, as if the air itself is carrying the strain out of your body. This isn't fantasy. Studies in neuroscience show that combining breath with intention enhances relaxation and lowers muscular contraction. If releasing feels difficult, try the paradoxical method. Squeeze the muscle as hard as you can. Hold for a few seconds. Then let it go completely. The rebound often produces a deeper relaxation than trying to release immediately. This practice does more than cool you down physically. It grounds you in your body and silences the anxious mind that drives premature ejaculation. Each muscle you release is like easing your foot off the gas pedal of a speeding car, slowing the engine without stopping the ride. And if, in the process, your erection softens temporarily, don't panic. That is not failure, it is opportunity. It means you are far from climax. Use that moment to shift focus, change positions. Touch your partner differently. Explore her pleasure. What looks like a pause is actually a tactical reset, giving you more control and more connection. Remember, women also build tension as they approach orgasm, though their process takes longer. By mastering the ability to release, you align your timing with hers, giving her space to climb higher while you maintain control. This is not only about lasting longer, it is about creating harmony. A shared journey where both partners experience deeper pleasure. In the end, scanning and releasing turns you from passenger into driver. Instead of being pushed helplessly toward an inevitable climax, you decide the pace, the rhythm, and the finale. That is true mastery. Step 3. Practice alone and build mastery. Knowledge without practice is powerless. Once you've learned to recognize where your body holds tension and how to release it, the next step is to train yourself in solitude. This is where theory becomes mastery. The goal is simple: to practice during self-pleasure so that when you're with a partner, your awareness and control are automatic. Think of it as training a skill like martial arts, music, or driving a car. No one learns to throw a perfect punch or play a flawless chord in the heat of battle or on stage for the first time. They practice relentlessly in private until the movement is natural. The same is true here. Self-practice is your laboratory, your dojo, your rehearsal space where you can experiment without pressure, without performance anxiety, and without fear of judgment. As you begin, focus on the sensations of tension. Notice how your muscles tighten with each wave of arousal. Then, deliberately test your ability to control them. Hold the tension longer to feel how quickly it accelerates you toward climax. Or release it to experience how the urgency slows down. It is exactly like driving a car. Pressing harder on the gas pedal, tightening your muscles, sends you racing toward the finish line. Easing off the gas, releasing your muscles, keeps the ride steady, smooth, and under control. Over time, this practice rewires your awareness. Instead of being a passenger, helplessly swept away by sensation, you become the driver who chooses the pace, the rhythm, and the destination. You begin to understand that orgasm is not a single, unstoppable surge, but a fluid scale you can rise and fall along at will. Step 4. Superhuman stamina. The secret behind how adult performers can shoot multiple scenes in a single day. Lasting longer is one thing, but many people wonder, how on earth do adult performers seem to stay strong, film multiple scenes, and keep their energy all day long? The answer is not magic, it is the intersection of physiology, training, and mindset. First, understand the body as a biological engine. Energy in humans is not endless, but it can be managed. Performers cultivate stamina the way athletes do. Cardiovascular health, strong pelvic floor muscles, and controlled breathing act like the engine parts of a sports car. When tuned and maintained, the machine can run hard, recover quickly, and accelerate again without burning out. Second, there is the principle of energy cycling. Instead of exploding all at once, performers learn to build, pause, and redistribute their intensity. Think of it like interval training at the gym, short bursts of power followed by strategic recovery. By alternating between high intensity and controlled rest, they conserve strength and prolong their endurance across multiple sessions. Third, never underestimate the role of the mind. Anxiety and overthinking drain energy faster than physical exertion. Performers train themselves to stay playful, present, even humorous in the face of pressure. This mental composure prevents burnout. It's the same difference between a marathon runner grimacing in agony and one smiling through the finish line. The body follows the mindset. And finally, let's not forget discipline and lifestyle. Just as athletes prepare with diet, hydration, and recovery, so too do professionals in this field. Proper sleep, regular exercise, and nutrition act as the fuel mix that allows the engine to perform repeatedly. Without that foundation, even the strongest technique collapses. So yes, it may look like they're superhuman, but the reality is both scientific and surprisingly down to earth. Performers blend physical conditioning, body awareness, strategic pacing, and mental resilience. Imagine a warrior on the battlefield who knows when to charge, when to shield, and when to breathe. That is the secret of stamina. And the humor? Maybe it's this. The real secret isn't that they're machines, it's that they've learned to treat their bodies less like fireworks and more like campfires, not one big explosion, but a steady flame that can burn all day. This is why it has been called the porn star secret. Adult performers are not superhuman, they have simply mastered tension control through repeated practice. They know how to build pressure, hold it, ease off, and build again. The good news is you can too. So take the time to practice. Explore which muscle groups, your abs, your thighs, your glutes, are most critical for you. Train until recognition and release become second nature. With each session, you sharpen your skill until control is no longer effort, but instinct. And when you bring that mastery into intimacy, you'll discover what true sexual freedom feels like. The ability to choose not just when you finish, but how you both experience the journey. The hybrid engine. How Liam built performer-level endurance. Liam was an ordinary guy from Manchester. The kind who enjoyed weekend football with his mates and complained about climbing the stairs when the lift was broken. He wasn't unhealthy, but stamina? That was never his strong suit. After one particularly short-lived encounter with his girlfriend, he decided enough was enough. If athletes could run marathons and adult performers could film multiple scenes in a day, then surely there had to be a way for him to level up. He started with the basics: exercise, but not the typical chest and biceps routine most men gravitate toward. Liam discovered that stamina is less about looking like Hercules and more about functioning like a well-oiled engine. He began running, not for speed, but for endurance, teaching his heart and lungs to work like a finely tuned furnace. Squats, deadlifts, and pelvic floor exercises became his allies. He joked to his friends that he wasn't training for football anymore, but for the Olympics of intimacy. The science supported him. Stronger leg and core muscles improved circulation, which meant better energy and, yes, stronger performance. Regular cardio built his recovery rate, so after one round of exertion, he could bounce back for another. His body was turning into what he called a hybrid car, able to run long distances yet deliver sudden bursts of power when needed. But Liam soon realized muscles alone wouldn't save him. His mind was just as important. He learned breathing techniques borrowed from yoga and martial arts: slow inhales, controlled exhales, staying present instead of panicking about the finish line. The first time he practiced deep breathing in the middle of intimacy, he almost laughed out loud. Here I am, he thought, trying to be a Zen monk in bed. Yet it worked. The calmer he stayed, the more energy he conserved, the more control he had. Discipline became his secret weapon. He treated sleep like a training session, cutting down late-night beers and greasy takeaways. He swapped energy drinks for hydration and balanced meals. His friends teased him, calling him the monk of Manchester. But even they noticed he carried himself differently: fitter, sharper, more vibrant. Months later, Liam looked back and realized the transformation wasn't just physical. He had learned to see his body not as a firework burning bright, then gone in seconds, but as a campfire. Steady, sustainable, capable of burning through the night. What once felt impossible lasting longer, recovering faster, even being ready for multiple rounds was now simply the product of consistent practice and the science of stamina. And while Liam never bragged openly, he carried a private smile. He knew he had unlocked the same secret that made performers look superhuman: not magic, not luck, but dedication, awareness, and the ability to laugh at himself while getting better every day. Thank you for listening until the very end. If today's story has gently stirred your heart, whether through an old memory, a present feeling, or something never spoken into words, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Intimate wisdom is where we come together to touch the hidden corners of love, affection, and sexuality, things that may seem private, yet are in fact the very core of happiness. I wish you to always love deeply, live truthfully, and find yourself in every glance, every touch, and every trembling heartbeat. Affectionate greetings.